We're back, and today we're going to be looking at Jock. Now, we have bought Jock from his owner, and his owner has been really transparent about the fact that he thinks that this dog is too sensitive for him and that he has a problem getting him to stop, which has been really great. So what he finds is if he puts pressure on the dog to stop, the dog just shuts down and won't participate anymore in the training session. So we're going to go out and show you Jock, and we'll assess it from there and see what he's like on sheep and see what his stop is like. Come on then, Jockey boy. It's got like really non-manners pulling on the lead anyway. To be honest though, I really don't mind a young dog pulling on the lead. So this dog isn't going to be a year old until April time. So I'm not really too concerned at this stage if they're pulling on the lead, because it just shows they're keen enough to get going. It's a painfully cold and windy day on the island today, so it's not the most fun for man or beast. Okay, so we're going to run him on a little bit of a long line. Just something so I can grab a hold of him. It's actually an old skipping rope, this. But I've already seen in the videos that's been provided to me by his previous owner that he is quite good to call back, and he's not like a complete head case. But he is only a 10-month-old dog, and so I'm not expecting the world from him. So we'll go out and have a spin round and see what you think. Good boy. So even at this stage, if I ask him to lie down, lie down. Lie down. So there's absolutely nothing there. Ask him to stand. Stand. You know, there's just... And also I've noticed as well, even at hand, if I say, lie down, lie down, he's very resistant to going down. So we'll show you on sheep as well, but I think we can see where the problem is. Shh. 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 Good boy. Good lad. Good boy. Good boy. Come by. Good boy. Steady. Good boy. Shh. Steady. 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 So I'm not really putting any commands on him, just letting him work the sheep himself. And as you can see, he's really nice and natural. Good tail, not too much eye. Just a nice type of dog. But I'll get them against the fence and I'll try and put a bit of a stop on him and see what happens. So in order to get a good stop, it's always easiest if you can stop the sheep yourself. It just makes it a lot easier from the dog's point of view. Steady. Steady. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. So you can see there, even though I'm actually blocking him, physically blocking him with my body language, he's still coming forward. Come by. Hey, 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 hey. Good boy. Steady. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Oh, sorry. Good boy. Right, there. You saw that? I actually went in to insist on him stopping there, and you could see how uncomfortable that made him. So I don't think I'll be doing that again. You could see from his body language, he backed away, he licked his lips, he just was really unhappy. So I think I'm not going to push that point again. Steady. So I'm just going to keep it really light and nice with him. Steady. Because I already know that his handler has said that that's a problem. So I think I've seen the problem there, and I've seen enough to know what I think we should be doing in order to correct it. Good boy, Jockey. Good boy. Come by. Good boy. Good boy. Jock, 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 Jock. Hello, darling. What a lad. Right. Good boy. Good boy. Jock, that'll do. Good boy. Okay, hopefully you got that on camera. So you can see, hello. So you could see when I was asking for the stop, he was either completely ignoring it or actually even coming forward when I was asking for it. And then when I did actually properly insist, so I was blocking him, and then I took a step forward to insist that he went down, and he just was really unhappy about it. For a second, I thought he might actually jack in and just leave me. So the way I would go forward with Jock, and I'll take you through the process as well, I'm going to change the name of the command. So at the minute he's been on lie down. And I feel that now there's a negative connotation with the word lie down. And it really is in his head like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change him to stop. So his new command is going to be stop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach him how to stop in the house with some cheese. I'm going to teach him how to go down and just make it like the best thing in the world when he does it. So it's going to turn from a negative association to a positive association. And it's going to take a little bit of time because obviously it's pretty built into him. But I think hopefully he's young enough, and I think there's enough nice moves in him to spend a bit of time getting it right and getting the foundations right. Because he's really nice mover on his stock, and it's just that tiny little problem that's making it an issue. So lots of cheese for this boy.
Come on, Jockey boy. Come on, Jockey. Good boy. Hey, boy. He's a good lad. What this? Good boy. So we're just getting Jock used to being in the house because they need to be comfortable in their surroundings first and get used to just taking food out of my hand before I can start any proper training with him. So we're just getting Jock really comfortable and happy in the house and getting him to get used to following my hand and getting a treat and a good boy. So that way hopefully we can lure him into different positions so that we can teach him how to stop and how it's a happy place, isn't it? But it's just like I can see he's a lot more comfortable in the house now. We've had him for 10 days now and he just seems yeah, he's getting used to us and he's adapting to being with us. So he's a good boy. I'm going to go one last time. Come, Jockey, Jock. Jockey, Jock, sit. Good boy. Good boy. So he's still really a bit uncomfortable about me touching, you know, him all over. But he's getting used to it. I think the cheese really helps, doesn't it? Good boy. So we'll just do this like 3 or 4 times a day and then we will move from the sit and start getting him to go down, and we're going to call that stop instead of lie down or stand. Back here with Jock, we've been doing a lot of work over the last couple of days and getting him in the house on a regular basis, and he has improved a lot. He's a lot calmer in the house. He can walk along the floor, it's no problem. He can examine things and he's actually starting to sit down and relax. So we're working on his stop. So first of all, we've taught him how to sit, and he's really got the hang of that. Good boy. We're just using a few bits of kibble, right? And you can see a lot of it's still based on like my hand gesture. So I lift it above his head, and then we're also learning to stop. Good boy. Good boy. So he's really caught on to that. But initially I was just getting him used to being handled, you know, so I was giving him a treat and handling him here, which meant it then was easier when I taught him to sit and then stop. Good boy. So we're making it a really positive place for him to be so that he's happy in that position and it's always associated with good things. Crazy boy. What are you doing? Look at it.
This is going to be Jock's first time out in the field, or sorry, in the round pen, since we've tried to educate him on how to come to a stop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to really take the edge off him and really tire him out first before I even start to ask for it. I'm going to get to the stage where the dog is actually getting quite tired and really wants to stop himself, and then I'm going to ask for the stop. So I get them against the fence so the sheep are stopped moving, blocking both sides. Stop. Boy. And then as soon as he's come to a halt, I just release him and let him work his sheep again. So when I start blocking him, he knows that he's not going to be able to get round the sheep until he's done as I ask him. Good boy. So try it again. Steady. 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 Stop. Boy. Come by. Good boy. Shh, come by. Good boy. Try again. Steady. Steady. Stop. Wait. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. But you can see he's not taking offence when I start to block him like he was originally. Steady. Stop. So far from being a negative place for him when he comes to a halt, it's actually a positive place because he knows as soon as he stops, then the reward is going to be that he gets to go straight back to work and work his sheep. Good boy. And you can see him starting to anticipate that block and starting to slow himself and get ready to stop himself. Stop. Good boy. Shh, shh, shh. Good boy. Good boy. And there we have it. It's taken a couple of weeks, but I really think that he's going to be a super nice dog to work with now. And because we put in that time at the beginning, making it a positive experience to come to a halt, we're going to reap the benefits, hopefully, for the years to come. So we're just starting to teach him to drive. Come on, get up, Jock. Shh. So he's a bit hesitant. Come on, good boy. Atta boy. Good boy. That's a good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Stop. So we're just making him feel like a big dog. So when he gets properly pushing on him, just give him loads of praise. Good boy. Ah, boy. Shh, shh, shh. Good lad. He's a good boy. So that's what we're looking for. That sort of positive forward movement. Good boy. And I'm just keeping in his eye line all the time just to give him confidence. Good boy. Steady. So we're in the big field with Jock. And we're just going to start working just on getting him really on his sides, and we're going to try and start a little bit of inside flanking. So we've been working on some fairly tricky stuff for Jock. We've been working on off balance flanks and then a little bit of driving, and then we're starting to put in inside flanks. So we'll ask for an off balance flank here. Come by, come by, come by, lie down, stop, come by, come by. So that's an off balance flank there. Come by. Shh. Come by. Good boy. Stop. So now he's in the zone. He's done a couple of off balance flanks either side. We're going to start trying to see if we can get him to inside flank. So inside flank is flanking between you and the sheep. Really difficult for a dog to understand, but we'll try him. So in Jock's case, sometimes you can do it, and I know I've shown it with Banjo in previous lessons where you can put them on a line and pull them towards you. But I feel that this dog's more of a sensitive type, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get him used to me following behind him when he's driving, and then just ask him for that flank. And probably it's going to be tight. Stop. Stop. Get up. Good boy. Get up, Jock. Good boy. So I'm just dropping back. Good boy. 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 Stop. Come by. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. Stop. Stop. Get up. Good boy. Stop. Stop. Get up. Good boy. Jock. 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 Stop. Get up. Get up. Good boy. Stop. Come by. Good boy. And that's inside flank, or at least the start of it. We'll try it on the other side as well. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Get up. Good boy. Get up. Stop. Way. Stop. Way. Good boy. So there you can see I was almost directly behind him when I asked him. And because I was behind him, he didn't feel the pressure in the same way as coming between me and the sheep. And then what you can do is just keep stepping to the side, so it's a little bit harder every time. Stop. Way, way, way. Stop. Yep. We are back in the field with Jock. So we've had Jock for about 6 months now. And he wasn't under any command when we got him. Jock, that'll do, Jock. Jock, that'll do, Jock, that'll do. Stop. And he's still under no command. So I thought it'd be good to show sort of just a training session with him and what we're working on. He's pretty much got the hang of most things now. It's just the finer polishing we need to do now. Stop. I'm starting to be a little bit more particular with him, and I'm starting to growl at him a little bit. Sometimes, like, his training's been very positive up till now, and now I'm just going to start, Jock, that'll do, Jock, that'll do, lie down, stop. I'm just going to start nitpicking about how quickly he stops for me and the room he's given on his outrun and whatnot. But we'll give it a whirl. Stop, come by. So just give him a little correction there, because like, I asked for the stop and he just carried on. And to some extent I have maybe let him away with that a few times just to try and keep his confidence. But I think now at this stage, his enthusiasm with sheep and with me is pretty well developed. So I think we can start putting a bit of pressure on him. So what I'll do is, in order to enforce the stop, ask for it once quietly. So we'll try this. Stop. Come by. Okay, so he took it first time, but see, if he hadn't taken that first, even with me asking quietly, I would have gone through the sheep to him, I would have blocked him, and I would have been like, hey, hey, hey. Let's see, there will be a point where he won't do it. Come by. I like doing this better when they're on the opposite side of the sheep. Try not to correct them on the drive, just because it can make them quite hesitant about you walking behind them if you're going to correct them on the drive. Stop. Get up. Stop. Wait. So you can see he's taking his inside flanks quite nicely now. Steady. So if I don't give him that command at the top at balance, I expect him to just walk into his sheep nicely. And he is. He's got quite a nice method behind his sheep. Good boy. Stop. Way. Stop. Get up. Good boy. Stop. Way. Stop. Get up. Boy. Good boy. Stop. Come by. Stop. Come by. Stop. Get up. Good boy. Stop. Come by. Shh. Good boy. Stop. Boy. Ah, boy. Good boy. Atta boy. Stop. Way. There. Good boy. Oh boy, good boy. That'll do, Jock. Good boy. So that was really nice. So obviously I gave him a few corrections right at the beginning of the lesson to say, look, I'm not, this is where I stand and you have to start behaving. And he looked a bit uncomfortable the first couple of times, but then he sort of understood it and he was like, all right, okay, when you say stop, it means go down the first time and stay down the first time. But really enjoying him, really nice method. And what I think I'm going to be doing next with Jock is add in the whistles, and I'm going to try add in some different whistles to what I normally use, so that potentially I would have the opportunity to run him in the brace. Okay, so we're in the field with Jock today. We are starting to really extend Jock's training. So we are going to be gathering, there's about 60 in this field at the minute, and they're all spread out, and it's quite a big field. So we're just gonna, it's not gonna go perfectly, but we're gonna start teaching Jock to gather fields of sheep as opposed to just little groups of sheep. So there's usually quite a lot of stopping the dog on the outrun when we do this, and lots of walking down the field to try and help them out. But we'll go and have a whirl. Come on, Jockey. Good boy. So you can see there, after a couple of little corrections, Jock went out and gathered them really nicely. So I'm just kind of letting him work himself. He's going a little bit wrong, but they've got to make these mistakes in order to learn. So he's just come a little bit too far around. And he's also learning to work bulk a bit better. So with this number of sheep, you can see he's coming a little bit too far around. Way! But when he's learning to work bulk, it's different. There's not just one balance point that can push on. They've got to kind of work their edges a wee bit and push the sheep in. And actually these are quite heavy sheep. So these are, I think there's 30 fat lambs in here, plus the training sheep, plus a handful of cull ewes. But it's just broadening his experience so that he's not just working the same old boring packet. He's got a bit of variety in here, and he's managed that really well. I was really pleased actually with how he went out, because I didn't think it would go out that well. But he seems to be really taking on board the fact that after I stop him, he does broaden out a bit. And he's taking his whistles quite well now. And what we'll do is we'll just shed them out a little bit. Good boy. Stop. Wait. Stop. 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 Jock, that'll do. Jock. Way. Stop. Get up. Good boy. Boy. Stop. Come by. Stop. Way. There. Good boy. Come by. Stop. Get up. Boy. 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 Stop. Come by. Stop. Get up. Way. Stop. Well done. Good boy. Jock. Good boy. Come by. There. Good boy. Come by. There. Good boy. Good boy. So lots of praise, because it's really difficult for a Jock to hold apart two groups like this. But you could see there was a sheep wanted to break, and he just turned it in nicely. Come by. Shh. Good boy. Come by. Shh. Good boy. Stop. Get up. Good boy. So the nursery final is next weekend, and unfortunately Flute isn't going to be able to take her spot as captain of the team because she's just had litter puppies. So Jock is the reserve dog, so he will run in Flute's place. So he's not really ready. I think I probably just took Jock along to the nursery trials because I had Flute going anyway, and it made sense to run two dogs. He is coming on in leaps and bounds, but really next year is going to be his year for competition. But that being said, we're going to give it our best shot. So we're just doing little bits to keep him tuned up and ready for next weekend. So to start with, I'm just going to do a bit of close work in the round pen just to make sure that he's turning off nicely, and then we'll do just some basic driving and whatnot out in the open field. Okay, Jock. Good boy. Stop. Get up. Good boy. Yeah, boy. Good boy. Stop. Wee. Stop. Get up. Good boy. Good boy. Stop. Come by. Stop. Get up. Boy. Good boy. Stop. And I'm just getting him, he's moving really carefully around the sheep, which is really nice, rather than just zipping all over the shop. A little bit hesitant walking into these sheep there, but they're really heavily drawn to me, these sheep. So it is quite difficult for them to walk up on them. Good boy. Stand, get up. Good boy. He's walking up much better there. Good boy. Atta boy. Stop. Come by. Stop. Get up. Good boy. Wee. Stop. Get up. Good boy. Wee. Stop. That'll do, Jock. Atta boy, Jock. That'll do. Ah, he's a clever boy. That's overall. Like, he's really nice. He can think about things a bit too much sometimes, which can be frustrating. But we'll just go and quickly run him around the big lot. Jock, that'll do. Come on, Jock. You have to abandon this, or is it okay?
Yeah, it's too wet.
Jock! Okay, we are back in the big field with Jock. So the nursery final is on Saturday and today is Tuesday. So we're just trying to keep Jock, just keep him sweet, keep him practiced. With Jock, the nursery final is really coming too soon for his training, I feel. I would have been much more comfortable if he was further ahead in his training. As we know, I just took him along because I was taking flute. And now, lo and behold, we found ourselves in the nursery final. So I'm going to go and send them down this field. Now, the sheep are split into two blocks. There's the Hebrideans are one side of the field and the white sheep are the other side of the field. So I'm just going to have to engineer and manage it carefully so that we can bring the whole lot. I don't like a dog to leave sheep behind, and Jock especially, he really hates leaving sheep behind. So I'm going to send him on the right hand and see if we can join them with the white sheep and scoop them all out of those trees. It's a really tricky bit in there in the trees. There's a ditch, there's an old fence line, there's the trees. It is quite complicated for a young dog, but that's how they learn, by making mistakes. Come on, Jock, Jock, that'll do. Come on, good boy. Come on, Jock, Jock, stop. Look. Look. So I'm pretty sure Jock hadn't seen them when he left, but he does know the sheep down there. He's run this field a lot of times now. So we'll see how he goes. He's looking. I saw him just catch sight of the sheep there, I think. A little bit hesitant, but he's still going.
So 400 metres.
Yeah, it'll be about, 350, 400 yards he's at there. Some of the sheep are lying just against the fence there, so it's nice that he's pushed himself out far enough. Yep, he's there, good lad. So you could hear that emphasised whistle I gave him when I stopped there that meant bend out. So I put him in a position where that command was easy for him to notice. So I gave him a wide out whistle. He thought and he saw the sheep in amongst the trees and he went and got them out as well. So that was really, really good. He's a very brainy dog and he's a very good learner. And he's also got really nice pacing behind his sheep. So I think he's definitely one for the future. Like, look at that nice pace behind him. He's just toddling along. What I will say is you could see almost when I was flanking him out left there, he did just keep dropping in. And he will do that. And that's definitely a problem we've had in the past. But I think he's coming on in leaps and bounds now. And I like being able to leave him and he can just kind of push in behind and keep his sheep together and keep them flowing in the right direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring them up and I'm going to shed off the 5 lighter sheep, the 5 white sheep, and we're going to put them in the pens to see if any of them are ready to go to market, because there's only 5 left, so I'm hoping some of them are. It's harder work for Jock here because they're not as united a bunch. You know, the black sheep want to be sat by themselves and the white sheep want to be sat by themselves. So it's really hard for them to keep them together. But I think it's good to do them sorts of training sessions with them so that they learn, you know, a certain level of difficulty and how to combat it with you able to support them in it. Lad. Boy. Lad. Lad. We stop. We stop. Stop. Come by. Stop. Stop. That'll Jock, 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 that'll this. Stop. Stop. I just suddenly decided actually that black tap lamb could go to the market too. We stop. Come by. Stop. Boy. One of the things I have noticed with Jock is when he sheds, he is very conscious of the other packet of sheep, and you can see him sometimes just look round at them when he should be concentrating on this pack. Come by, come by, come by, come by, come by, come by, come by. Good lad, stop. Good boy. Black one wants to be back with the black ones. Come by, come by, come by, come by, come by, come by, come by. Good boy, stop. Good lad. We steady, stop. Get up, Jock, Jock. Shh. Come on, Jock. Good boy. Come by. There. Come by. There. Good lad. Come by. There. Come by. Drive him up this hill. Stop. Way. Stop. Stop. Boy. Come by. Steady. Way. Way. Stop. Stop. Get up, Jock. 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 Good boy. Stand. Boy. Come on, Jock, Jock. Way, way, way. Boy. Stop. 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 Way, way. Stop. Way, stop. Boy. Stop. Stop. Boy. Jock, Jock. Good lad. Stop. Good boy. What's really nice with Jock at the minute is he's started stopping on his feet, which is really nice, and that's something I'm going to work on in the future with him. So once the nursery season is finished, I will put him on his feet full time, like so the way flute is and the way banjo is. But for the time being, in the run up to the final, I think he's got enough on his plate to worry about without giving them that extra sort of thing to work on. Stop, 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 get up. Stop. Get up, Jock. Boy. Good boy. Good lad. Good lad. Jock, 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 Jock. Also, I think it's really good if you shed your sheep to then do something with them, either bring them inside, take them to a fence, do something with them to give the dog the sense of accomplishment, which is really important. Whoa, we just got them in just in time for that rain. Boy, hello, Jockey. So here we are with Jock at the Scottish Nursery final. Flute had pupped 10 days previously, and although she was fit and ready to run, I decided it would be better to run Jock.
Stop.
So I was a bit apprehensive because Jock's only been away from home to trials 3 times, and this would only be his second run on Scotch Blackies. So there was quite a lot of pressure on us, and also Jock would probably be one of the youngest dogs there.
Stop.
I decided to run to the left, which was unusual because a lot of people
by.
had been running out to the right, but I just felt I knew my dog well enough to know he would go out best on the left. So he set off in a really good line. I was really pleased with the way he ran out, and as he approached here, he does just dip out of sight, and I did know that was going to happen, but I was pretty confident that by the time he went out of sight that he had seen them. So there Jock landed really well behind his sheep. I was really delighted at the room he gave at the top of the field and the confidence, but also how carefully he lifted his sheep. The sheep had been pulling really hard to the left coming down the fetch, so I was quite keen to keep Jock on that side and keep the pressure on that side to keep the sheep online. We were having a really good fetch, and I was really pleased at this stage the way Jock was listening and the way he was responding, and the way he was moving was really helped keeping the sheep quite settled. He wasn't too zippy or putting too much pressure on, and as you can see the sheep were quite relaxed and they were starting to string out. Now these seemed like a really good packet. Bear in mind this is the very last run of the day and the pen would be getting empty. Not sure if they were just genuinely a good packet or whether Jock helped to make them a good packet. Sometimes dogs do, but we had a pretty good go down the fetch here, and Jock was there to meet every move when they were starting to burst away.
Boy. Jock. 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 Jock, Jock, Jock. Jock, Jock.
So here I was a little bit concerned about the turn around my feet because a lot of dogs have been disqualified just as they turned them around their feet because the sheep would really shoot off to the left here. And I was trying to manage it as carefully and as quietly as I possibly could, but also making sure that Jock swung around quick enough to turn them back onto the correct line. So overall I was pretty pleased there. I was also aware of the fact that the sheep wanted to hide behind the pen, so if they were given the opportunity to hide, they would. So I kind of put pressure on them to keep them out into the field a wee bit, just to make sure they were going in the right direction. I'm really trying to treat my sheep very carefully here. I'm just letting Jock nudge them. I'm using lots of stops and lots of steadies and lots of short flank commands just to keep in contact, but I was aware that they could be flighty and they could charge off. So that was a really good turn, and at this point I was quite confident that we were having a good run. We were online most of the way and I felt that Jock was in control, and the sheep, they were respecting him and they were flowing off him quite well without being too cheeky.
Get. Jock.
so coming up to these gates, I just mistimed them completely, and this is kind of where my nursery final dream ended. Really, really frustrating there, because I did actually think they're online, and if I had thought at all that I was going to miss them, I would have put in an extra safety flank, but to my eyes it did look like they were going to walk through the gap. So we're here with Jock because we're coming up to the start of the winter series. In fact, our nursery trials don't start until December, but there's a couple of problems we had with them last year and during the summer that I would really like to iron out before we go into competition. So what I want to do today is I'm going to shed off all the sheep, and I'm going to put 2 in this little field here and get him used to working 2. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop 1 out the field and just work him on 1 sheep. So he gets comfortable and he starts to understand that he can work 1 individual sheep. Now, I'm going to make sure that the sheep are in the other field and you can see them, just because you don't want a sheep to get too panicky. Like if it can't see other sheep, that's when they really, really get panicked and get upset. So we'll give it a whirl anyway and see how it goes. So now we're down to 2 in the field. I'm just going to let him work them a little bit, and it's important that you stay quite calm as well, because your dog's basing their attitude off what you're like. So if you're really excited and frantic, they're going to be like that too. So I'm going to let him work the 2 of them, and then what I think I might do is catch one of them and pop them over the fence so that the other lamb's got a draw without it being too severe. But we'll see how it goes. Come here, Jock. Steady, steady, steady. So you can already see the difference in the way he has to handle them. And he's learning his feel the whole time that he's working them. He's got really natural inbuilt feel. And these Hebrideans. On your feet, Jock, 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 on your feet, good boy. Good boy. And then I'm going to try and hold him up a bit, because the problem he has usually manifests itself when one runs off like that. So that's his fault there. Rather than running and turning it, I don't know if you got on camera, he'll just run off and bite it, like here. That was good, that was better. Good boy. Good lad. Good boy. Good boy. Stand. Wait. Good lad. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. We'll try and do this a wee bit more often, not for massive amounts of time, because as you can see it wears him out really, really quickly, but I do think it's important he learns this, not only from a trialing point of view, just from a farm dog point of view. The worst thing that happens when you're bringing in sheep is if one breaks at the gate, and your dog, instead of collecting it neatly, goes and just runs the shoulder and runs it down the field, and then you have to go with the bike and get it, or you have to go on your legs and get it, one thing or another. It's a pain. But today we're going to be doing some proper work with Jock. So we're coming up to the nursery season again, and it's just time to expand the young dog's knowledge by doing some proper work. And to be honest, proper work's where the dogs learn the most, where you're not there to hold their hand every single step of the way, and where they can make their own decisions. So today we're just going to go and get a batch of 100 lambs in. We're going to stand them on this concrete. We're going to collect up some of their poos and send them away for a fecal egg count to see if they have worms or not. So it's pretty basic. The sheep aren't too far down the road, but as you can see, they're going to come down here. They're going to have to turn into this yard, which means Jock's going to have to pass them on the road and hold them into the pens. And if any of you have worked with continental cross lambs at this time of the year, they tend to be quite heavy, reluctant to move, and also at this time of year is the time where you get like odd lame ones that are dragging up behind one thing or another. So it's a really good opportunity to give them a whirl. Come on then. Right, let's go, Jock. Good lad. Come by. Stand, come by, come by. Come by. Stand, come by. Stand. Wee. There. Good boy. Stand. Stand. That'll do, Jock. Jock, that'll do. Boy. That'll do. On the bike. Good boy. Right, Jock. boy, get up. I just turned him around. So that was pretty good, pretty straightforward, but that's the sort of tasks that if you can keep doing them really make the dog understand that he's doing a job, and it gives them a big sense of achievement to do little jobs like that where there's, you know, getting them in from a field, bringing them down the road, putting them in the pens. It's a lot of satisfaction, and it's just really nice to get them out of the training field. And I think you enjoyed it, good boy. Okay, so we're coming towards the end of the nursery season now. We've got one double trial this weekend. And I just kind of feel that Jock is not given enough room at the top of the field. He kind of gets level with the sheep, imagine these are the sheep, and then he just kind of comes flat. So I'm going to just do a little bit of work on that today because we are losing points with it at the trials. So I'll show you what we're going to do. Normally you need someone to help. Very steady sheep that aren't going to run all over, and you just stop the dog as soon as they tighten and then get them to give out again, and just keep repeating that exercise so they get a little bit used to giving room at the top. Also, I think it's really important that they see a letter out and get used to knowing that when a letter out is there, that potentially they're going to be pushed further out. Okay, let's give it a go. Jock, stand, stand, come by. Jock sets off quite nicely on a nice shape, but I can see as he gets closer to the sheep, he's just tightening. So I stop him, yell at him, and then let him make the right decision. So he bends out nicely, but then he does start dropping in again. It's acceptable, but not what I'm looking for. So I stop him and ask him again. Look, So here on this final outrun, we can see the progress that we've been making. Jock gives loads of room, slightly too much room, but we always know that in trial situations it can tighten up. So we really think he's understanding the lesson here, which is what's important. Jock! Foy! Foy! Good lad, good lad. Good boy. Okay, so you could see there, I was really overdoing it with Jock, really pushing him out wider than looked natural, but just you have to sometimes overdo things in training so that they understand the concept. And generally when you go to trials, they will tighten up a wee bit usually. So it's just making sure you absolutely understood the concept that the sheep were being held and that he was going to have to give big room, otherwise I wasn't going to let him away. So this is me and Jock at the final nursery of the series. We'd had 5 up till this point. We have quite a compact nursery season and we tend to have double trials. So this trial was a double trial. I'd already run him once on this field and I ran to the left the first time, and I decided this time to run him to the right. Up till now, we'd had a good season with a couple of wins, but we really needed this win in order to bank the prize. Here, Jock was working really well, so I just let him balance them and pace them himself, because wherever I can use the dog's natural ability, I'm going to do that, because they tend to be much better at reading sheep than myself. So in the previous trial, the drive was to my left, and in this trial, the drive was to my right. So I may always make a conscious decision to stand on one side of the post as we're coming down the fetch, just to give me an indication of where to turn. Previous to this, one of the competitors had actually turned the wrong way around the post, and the same thing had happened last year. So it's just something to be aware of if people are switching around from one course to another. So I'm trying not to be in a horrible rush when it comes to penning these. I'm aware I've got plenty of time, so sometimes it's good just to pause and give them the opportunity to look in. So in the run previously, when I set Jock from behind the pen to go and collect the sheep for the shed, he was quite excitable and kind of cut them a bit. So you can see there, I just give him a warning word just to say, like, you know, be calm, give them plenty of room, and don't slash them. Stand. Way. Stand. That'll do this. This, stand. Come by. Stand. Get up there. Come by. So really pleased that shed. He came straight in and took them back too. The sheep were absolutely awesome at this trial and are an absolute credit to Stuart and Matilda hosting it.